Welcome, guys, to my series of recapping VCT Lock-in. I'm going to be doing this about like 7 or 8 teams. I'm not going to do much more than that. I think the max I'd do is 10, uh, because I have like a little over 2 weeks until league play starts, and I want to make some content about that beforehand. So, I mean, it's just not happening. But today, I'm going to be making my video about Fnatic, who I'm just going to be straight up, I was wrong about. Um, I'll mention that later in the video. Um, but yeah, they were really good. They won the event, much to my surprise. And yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. Also, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. It doesn't take very long, and it really helps. So yeah, please do that. All right. So yeah, as I said, I was wrong about Fnatic. Going into lock-in, I I myself thought this Fnatic roster was probably the one and only super team. Every player had been elite on their role at some point in Valorant history, whether it be last year or 2021. But I and many others had concerns about like this team's choking on LAN issue. And it's not like adding Chronicle in adds in a player that has never choked on LAN, because if you look at that 100 Thieves game, I mean, they choked. They choked the 11-3 lead and they lost. Um, and I mean, the only player that I didn't really have any concerns about was Leo. And I think that was very well shown during the course of the tournament. So yeah, when it came to predictions, I had them, I think it was third in my like power rankings tier list, I guess, which was like low S tier. I think it was Navi, 100 Thieves, them DRX. But DRX was the assumption that Foxy9 was playing, so they probably would have been fourth if I knew that he was going to be playing. And I had them going out versus 100 Thieves in that quarterfinal match. Um, but yeah, when the actual tournament came around, they started up against Sentinels. They got their revenge um, pretty handily. Seemingly every player was popping off in that game, even Boaster, much to my surprise. Durka was playing like the best player in the world in that game by far. Maybe not by far. I think Ospas was around that, but um, and it looked insanely good for Fnatic. Like so much better than I thought they were going to be, even if they didn't choke. And I think tens was the only reason these maps were remotely close. Especially Haven. He played out of his mind on Haven, even though he only got 14 kills. And then onto the Furia game, a game that was a potential upset. Um, a team that is known for choking against a team that played pretty well on Champions last year, almost beat them, um, and had the home crowd behind them. Kind of felt like a recipe for disaster for Fnatic. But then on Haven, where Furia pulled out a really weird comp with the Viper Harbor Killjoy stuff. I mean, they played the loud comp on that map pretty much. And an 18-16 gigabanger overtime game. Fnatic managed to pull it out. And this is where I really started to believe and thought this team would probably win the or have a really good shot at winning the tournament. And then on Ascent, uh, they were pretty able to take it pretty easily after Furia made a bunch of like mistakes, just like over peaking, kind of trying to do too much at the end of the game. And yeah, they took the match 2-0. And yeah, as I said, this game was really what made me believe in this team and kind of overtook 100 Thieves in my mind. And then we have their final game of the group stage, if you want to call it that, against the 100 Thieves. And they Fnatic destroyed them. They went up 13-1 on Fracture. It was just utter domination. Like, I don't think any of the individuals played out of their minds. I think it was just an overall team diff, everything diff. 100 Thieves played bad. It just wasn't good. And then on Icebox, in the first half, it was a similar deal. In the second half, Asuna started to like pick up and do some more stuff. Cryo did some stuff as well. But overall, I think this map was really just the Durka show. And he proved that he is the king of Icebox in this game. And other than the fact that this game made me very sad, being a Hundred Thieves fan, I think this is the game that was kind of like, holy shit, Fnatic, they are the real deal. And in their first game of the playoffs, if you want to call it that, against Navi, it was another game that I didn't believe in them, where, I mean, they just team diffed Navi completely. Haven was a pretty close map. I expected Navi to bring this out against them. I still expected Fnatic to win it though, and they did. And then I do think Navi kind of trolled the map veto, and they picked Lotus. They got mauled on that map. Fracture, same deal. I really don't think this game was as close as the score entails. And overall, I think there's something with Fnatic where it looks like their strategic level isn't as good as it is, and their individual level isn't as good as it is, because both of them are so good at the same time that I don't even know how to explain it. It's just they're so insanely good at every part of the game, and this team doesn't have a hole, and I don't know how you exploit them other than running some weird stuff and trying to catch them off guard. They genuinely looked prepared for every single thing that every team threw at them, except for on Haven against Furia. And that's so scary for the future as well. I think this team is the first team, maybe outside of Sentinels, when they were at their peak, that I think could genuinely be a dynasty. And as I'll get to, they win the finals. Obviously, if you're watching this video, you know that. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I just think this team, they don't have a hole in their game. And then now we have the final, which is probably the greatest Valorant game of all time, just based on the stakes. I think, to me, Loud NRG was a more entertaining game, but this was definitely the greatest game of all time. Best, just pure entertainment value. Greatest, obviously, entertainment value, but also the stakes on the line really do matter with that. But as everyone knows, Fnatic went up 2-0, winning Fracture and Ascent pretty handily, and then dropped the next two maps in Split and Lotus pretty handily to Loud. And after Loud went up 11-3 on Icebox, it just looked like the series was over. They were going to win. And then there was this legendary picture of Boaster where he just looks done. Series is over. I mean, they don't stand a chance, and he knows it. And then Fnatic managed to claw their way all the way back and win 14-12 in definitely one of the best maps of Valorant I've ever watched. But yeah, for a team that was known to be chokers before this event, this map is just insane. They just overcame all of that in just in one map. And I don't know. In the future, I really, really believe in Fnatic. I think they are definitely the favorites for the EMEA region, as they should be, and are probably right now the favorites to win Tokyo. I don't really see another team that would be in that contention. And yeah, so Fnatic, obviously being the tournament winners, was extremely impressive at lock-in. And I think there was a lot of talk about how the winner of lock-in might fall off because of the format after. But with the way Fnatic was playing, I just don't see it. This team is so ridiculously good. They're super structured. Their util usage and ideas are just top tier. Um, their players are some of the best in the world, if not the best in the world. And I just think this is the one team that I feel really good about possibly becoming a dynasty in the future. And so, yeah, if you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'm going to be doing more of these for teams like 100 Thieves, Loud. I might do one for NRG. We'll see. There's definitely more than that. Like, I'll probably do a C9 one as well. And yeah, so that's it. Peace.